Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students, open your science textbooks and come on page 39, please. Dear students, open your science textbooks and come on page 39. Are you there, students?
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Okay. Dear students, today my topic of discussion is atoms, molecules, and chemical formulas. And inshallah, at the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the difference between atoms and molecules. Also, you will be able to understand about the compounds, and you will be able to understand what is a chemical formula. Before starting our today's lecture, let's know about one of the most influential scientists of 17th century, John Dalton. So let's know about this scientist whose name was John Dalton. John Dalton was basically an English chemist, meteorologist, and physicist. He belongs to UK. Okay, so that's why he was so-called English scientist. He was English chemist, meteorologist, and physicist. John Dalton gives atomic theory, according to which all matter is composed of small atoms. He was the first who gave an idea about the atoms, and he said that matter is composed of smaller particles, and they were so-called atoms. He was the first to explain the behavior of atoms, how the atom is behaving. So he was the first one who explained the behavior of atoms. He said that compounds are made of a combination of two or more different types of atoms. He calculated atomic weights of various elements also. And this is the model he presented to the world, in which he said that how the structure, or what is the structure of an atom is. He said that the center or the core of the atom is very hard, and it is composed of two different kinds of particles. That is what's so-called proton and neutron. Proton have a positive charge, and it is bounded with the neutrons inside the nucleus. Neutron are chargeless particles. It is only contributing on the weight of the atom. Combinedly, they were so-called nucleus, or the nucleus is the center of the atom, and they contains neutrons and protons. He said that around the nucleus, there is a cloud of electrons, and that is what's so-called different shells or orbits. The electrons are revolving around the nucleus in different orbits, and they were so-called shells. So this is all about the John Dalton. Now, time to review our previous lecture. Previously, we were talking about the periodic table and different groups of the periodic table. So we have to fill these blanks, and it will give you an idea about the previous topics. Alkali metals belongs to dash. Yes.
Sir, may I?
Yes,
Sir, group 1.
They belongs to group 1. Yes, they belongs to group 1. Very good. Come towards the next one. Dash are soft and react violently with water.
Alkali
metals are soft.
Alkali metals, sir.
And they are violently reacting with the water.
Dash belongs to the group.
Numan, a lot of noise is coming from your side. Please mute yourself, Numan.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Number 3, dash belongs to group 8, which is also called group 0. Yes.
Noble gases.
Noble gases, very nice. Noble gases belongs to groups 8, which is also called group 0. Now come towards the fourth one. Noble gases are dashed because their outer shell is completely filled. Yes.
Sir, background noise, sir,
Yes.
background noise is too much.
Yes, it's coming from Numan.
Sir, it's not mine.
Sir, noble gases are famous because their outer shell is completely filled.
Noble gases are unreactive or non-reactive. Please, Numan, unmute yourself. Mute yourself, please, Numan.
Sir, this is not coming from my mic, sir.
You have to mute yourself, beta. You have to mute yourself.
PB. Sir, PB.
Okay. The next one is symbol of lead is PB. Yes, very
PB.
good. Okay. The sixth one is dash is used to fill balloons because it is lighter
Helium.
than air.
Helium.
That is also
Helium.
called helium gas. Yes, helium gas is used to fill the balloons because it is lighter than air. Come towards the seventh one. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Dash are colored poisonous gas.
Halogens.
Halogen.
Yes. Halogens are colored poisonous gases. Yes,
One.
they are colored and they are poisonous gases. Okay, now come towards the eighth one. Group 1 elements have dash
One.
elements in their outermost shell. Only one atom, only one
One.
electron is in their outermost shell. Symbol of dash is Eg. Yes. Mercury. Mercury have a symbol Eg. Okay. Come towards the last one, the 10th one. Nitrogen belongs to group 5 and have dash
Nitrogen
electrons,
belongs to
Five,
group 5
five.
and have
5 electrons in its outermost shell.
5.
Okay, good, very nice. Now, dear students, let's discuss about atoms, molecules, and compounds. Okay, so atoms are the smallest parts of the matter which cannot be further divided into parts. Okay, so atom is the building block of matter. Or in other words, we can say that atom is the constituent particle of the matter. Without atom, there is no concept of matter. Okay, now inside an atom, what is there? So as I told you earlier at the start of the lecture, as I explained the contribution of John Dalton, that he proposed a theory to the world that atom is the constituent particle of the matter and it consists of two parts. One is its core. Okay, this is the core of the atom, or this is also called the nucleus of an atom. Okay, this is also called the nucleus. The nucleus contains two kinds of particles. One is so-called positive particle and the other one is so-called neutral particles. The positive particles were so-called protons, and the neutral particles were so-called neutrons. Neutrons have no charge and they were so-called neutral particles. It is only contributing in the weight of the atom. Around the nucleus, some orbits are there, and through such orbits or paths, the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and that is what's so called orbits or shells. Around the nucleus, the particles that are revolving, they were so called electrons. Electrons have a negative charge particle. Both electron and proton have an equal charge. Okay, but opposite charges are there, and the mass of the electron is quite very lesser than that of the protons and neutrons. Now come towards an element. What is an element? Yes, anybody of you who will contribute? Yes, what is an element?
Element is something. Element.
Yes.
I was thinking about the mathematics.
Element is a substance.
Element is a substance that is made only
one kind of atom.
Only one kind of atoms.
For example,
For example, sodium is made up of sodium atoms only, so it is an element. Oxygen is made up of only oxygen atoms. Hydrogen will only made up of hydrogen atoms. Okay, chlorine will made up of only chlorine atoms. So element is a substance that is what's called the pure substance also, that it is only made up of one kind of atoms. Now, what is a molecule? Yes.
a molecule is a group of two or more or chemical bond atoms.
Okay, so a molecule is a group of two or more chemical bonded atoms. Okay, a molecule is a group of two or more chemically bonded atoms. When two or more atoms are bonded together chemically, then a molecule is formed there. The atoms should be identical or they will be different also. Look at here at this picture. This picture will explain you the difference between atoms and molecules. So atom is a single form and molecule is a combination of different atoms or identical atoms. Like here in this molecule, you can clearly see that both the atoms are hydrogen. So two hydrogen are joined together and they will form a hydrogen molecule, H2. Okay, H2 molecule will form there. Look at here in this molecule. There are three atoms. Two of hydrogen atoms are there and one of oxygen atom is there. So one oxygen atom combines with two hydrogen atoms and they will give you an idea about a water molecule. So elements only contains one type of atoms or one kind of atoms. However, sometimes two or more atoms joins together to form a molecule. Okay, when two or more atoms that were joined chemically, they will form a molecule. Now come towards a compound. A compound is a substance made from two or more different elements that have been chemically joined. Okay, a compound is a substance made from two or more different elements and that have been chemically joined. When two or more elements are combined together or joined together, they will form a compound. Okay, or a compound will form there. So what is the difference between an element and a compound? Yes, who will tell me about this? Who will differentiate between element and compound?
Compound is a substance that are made from more than two different elements.
Yes.
And that they have been combined. And
okay.
Element is a substance that is only made of one kind of atom.
Yes, an element is a substance that is only made up of one kind of atoms, where a compound is a substance that is made up of two or more than two different kinds of atoms. And all the atoms are joined chemically. Okay, this is necessary. All of them were joined chemically. If they were not joined chemically, what will happen? Yes, who will tell me? If they were not joined chemically, what will happen?
Sir, will they become element?
Then a mixture will form there. Okay, it will become a mixture. Okay. When two or more than two substances joins not chemically, then mixture will form there. For example, if you add sand with a mud, what will happen there? They will not reacting with each other, or they will not mutually reacting with each other. So you will easily separate the particles from each other, and that is what's so called a mixture. But a compound is a substance that is made up of two substances. They lose their properties and a new property will form there, and that is what's so called a compound. So now things are quite clear to you all, beta?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Element contains only one kind of atoms, where compounds contains two or more kinds of atoms. Like oxygen molecule, and this is a water molecule. A water molecule contains two different elements. So that is also called a compound. This is a book literature. I will ask from Ali Zishan. He will read this passage.
Okay, sir. Elements only contain one type of atom. However, sometimes two or more atoms join together to form a molecule. The outer electron shells of these atoms are not full. The atoms become more stable by joining together to form molecules. Molecules of elements and compounds come in many different shapes and sizes and can be represented by atomic diagrams, models, or a chemical formula.
Okay, very good. So these are the words I explained earlier to you. Atom is the constituent particle of the matter. Molecule is a combination of different atoms. And chemical formulas will tell you about how a chemical reaction is occur there. Okay, or a chemical formula is the representation of the number of atoms in a formula. Look at here. This is a water molecule. You can clearly see here. This is oxygen atom. They have 6 electrons in their outermost shell. And these two are the hydrogen atoms. They have only one electron in their outermost shell. So the oxygen will make a bond with the hydrogens, and these electrons will move from its position to the certain points, and it will occupy such spaces or completed such spaces. So both the atoms have been completed their outermost shell, and a chemical bond will form between these atoms. That is also called a compound. Now, dear students, let's discuss about the chemical formulas. What are the chemical formulas? We will discuss now. So chemical formulas are used to express the chemical composition of a substance. Okay, chemical formulas will tell you about the composition of a substance. The chemical formula of a molecule tells you the number and types of atoms a molecule contains. And a formula is written as the chemical symbols of the element followed by the number, which tells you the number of atoms. For example, in this molecule, you can clearly see that 2 hydrogen atoms are there. And this 2 will show you that there are 2 hydrogen atoms are involved. So the symbol of the atom will come first, and the number of atoms that are contributing over there, that comes later, and that will tell you about a chemical formula. So a molecule of hydrogen contains 2 hydrogen atoms joins together. Therefore, the formula of hydrogen gas has H2. These are the examples. You can clearly see here that 1 carbon atom is combined with 2 oxygen atoms, and as a result, a carbon dioxide gas is formed over there. You can clearly see here, a molecule of oxygen contains 2 oxygen atoms joins together. You can clearly see this is an oxygen atom, this is another oxygen atom. Both of them are joined together chemically, and they will form a molecule that is also called O2. These are nitrogen atoms. They were joined together and they were formed a nitrogen molecule, and N2 is the formula for nitrogen molecule. Okay, N2 will tell you about the nitrogen molecule. N2 means, yes, who will explain? Yubita, who will explain this? G.
Sir, can we repeat question?
Yes, what is N2? Who will explain?
Nitrogen molecule.
Nitrogen.
Molecule. Yes, because 2 nitrogen
Sir,
atoms are.
and is
Combined, they make a molecule of nitrogen. And chemical formula for this is N2.
Okay. So a molecule of nitrogen contains 2 nitrogen atoms that were joined together. Therefore, the formula for the nitrogen is N2. Clear?
yes, sir.
Okay. This is a periodic table. You all know this very well. This group is what's so called noble gases or inert gases also. This group is also called group 0 because they are not being able to react with any other elements. The reason behind it that its outermost shell is completed and they are not in a position to react with any other element. So the outer electron shells of the noble gases are completely full, so the atoms cannot lose, gain, or share its electron easily. This means that the atoms cannot join together, and so their molecules contains just one atom. You can clearly see here that helium belongs to group 8 or inert gases. That's why it is not being able to react with any other atom or itself. That's why its molecule contains only one atom. Okay, so the molecules of the noble gases or inert gases or group 0 will consist of only one atom. The reason behind it that they are not being able to lose, gain, or share their electron easily. You will observe such signs out from the coffee shops or from open cafeterias. So these lights were so-called neon signs or neon light. Neon sign uses neon gases with a mix of some other noble gases to create neon lights. Okay, these are the neon gases and that are in operation with some other gases, and it will produce a light that is also called neon light.
Sir, our neon lights are more powerful for producing light.
What?
Our neon gases is more powerful for producing light.
It will produce a light. These are the gases. These are not powerful. These are just only to produce the light, and that's why it is using over there as a signboard. Okay, these are the different formulas, and we have to discuss them. So calcium combines with oxygen, and it will forms what? Yes, calcium is combined with oxygen, and it will form calcium oxide. Come towards the third one first. Aluminium and oxygen are combined together and they will form aluminium oxide. Same with the case with silicon combines with oxygen and they will form silicon dioxide. Yes, two oxygens are there. Silicon dioxide. Okay, they will gives you silicon dioxide. Same with the case if irons combine with oxygen, what will happen? Yes, if irons combine with oxygen, yes, ferric oxide or iron oxide. Okay, the name of the iron in Latin is ferrous. So the combination with oxygen is also called ferric oxide or iron oxide. This is a very simple formula, and you all familiar with this. This is the formula for
oxide.
Yes. Water.
Water. Very good. And SO, sulfur will combine with oxygen. They will form. Yes. Sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide. It will form sulfur trioxide. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, sir.
now come towards the revision of today's lecture. We have to fill all these blanks. Okay. Neon sign uses gases.
Sir, ये लिखना है on copy.
Yes. Who will tell me?